Whew. Yes, I'm happy. I am grateful for the microphone. Yeah, welcome to the channel. This is Nas, and today I have a manga haul for a little bit of August and pretty much September. This is what I got for September. So let us just get in, because I got some grails, some goodies, some mm-mm-mm. So this is a great find. Actually, I found this kind of towards the tail end of August. I got Dragon Ball here, Z, Volume 1, Beauty here, and then Volume 2. These humongous, these homunculi, these Godzillas. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Dragon Ball is Dragon Ball. There's nothing really much for me to say about it. So those are not the only two. I got it actually up to volume 6 of the Viz Bigs for Dragon Ball. So this kind of takes it. So 3 and 4. It pretty much, I kind of like the back a little bit more than the front. Front and back. So I have 5 and 6 here too, and I got these from Half Price Books, as the price are still on there. And your boy's looking lonely there. Android 19. And then I have here. And then Cell. The Cell game was the accumulation of the genius of Akira Toriyama, okay? I mean, Dragon Ball as a manga is whimsical and is fun to read, actually. Dragon Ball as the manga. Kind of like Son Goku, the adventure of Son Goku as a kid. Coming out of a village with Bulma and exploring and him fighting the Red Ribbon Army. All of that. Dragon Ball is a masterpiece in that regard. And it was the beginning. Whereas Dragon Ball Z was, there was some action, and I think you can. Akira Toriyama's art became better. He was power scaling. I mean, the story beat line were still simplistic. I mean, it's not something that is, out of this world, but yet, nevertheless, it was great. Gohan was set in a way that was cool until the Cell Saga. When the Cell Saga ends, this was perfection. After that, it was just, it was sequels for the sake of cash grabs. And those are kind of like my big books for Viz. There's more here. This is a JoJo's Volume 1 Bizarre Adventure. Phantom Blood. This, I'm not collecting this. This is for my niece. She got this as a gift from my sister. So she got me a manga too, which I will show later. But she already has the second part. She has the second part. So continuing on with the Viz. Let's just get the big Vizes out of the way. The Vizness. I gotta say, let's just talk about this, okay? Let's talk about the Full Metal Alchemisto. Volume 17 here was the gift along with that one. I got this as a gift. So this volume 17, your boy is looking dope in here. Whoa! Look at these front. Look at that right there. I like this. I like these complete editions. These perfect editions. Reed is looking solid in that picture right there. Now, I ordered this actually from Right Stuff. The Alrek brothers. Oh, man. I am happy. I feel complete. That now we got the whole thing. It's been a long time coming. I mean, I actually started collecting manga while these were coming out. So for me, it was a journey. Like every time there was a new release and I put my hands on this and I would rub it on my face, I felt complete. I felt like a philosopher's stone. You know what I mean? I felt like the homunculi. I'm just joking. This is a great series. Hiramo Arakawa. Finally, that I'm actually the fact that I'm complete with this. One of my wish goals were to get Silver Spoon. I already have Arsalan, the heroic legend of Arsalan, which she pretty much she's the manga for that, the artist for that one, and Silver Spoon is hers. And if you must know that actually Hirao Arakawa grew up on a dairy farm, so that's kind of like I'm looking forward to that because I've seen the anime. So now that I got this complete, the addiction continues. It doesn't end just because I got that now. Okay, we got the mobile, the suit, the Gundam, the Thunderbolt, Volume 17. I've been sleeping on this one actually. I kind of left off at Volume 7 or 8 when it comes to reading. So I pretty much have like 10 volumes of, I should read. I should get back into it. And you already know Gundam is my thing. And you don't have to. This is the epitome of macho-ness. Okay, this is epicness. This is suiting up and it's destruction and it's always war. That's what they always do. You know what I mean? War. What is it good for? Volume 17 there. And then I have here is, this came with the same Right Stuff haul. So 16 and 17 of Golden the Kamui. Actually, I gave away my collection, the Golden Kamui, to my niece, so this is pretty much hers. I'm not collecting the series no more. It's not that I don't like it, it's just I kind of have so many other things that I want to read that it didn't feel like a priority to me, personally. This one too, another big book. We'll get it out of the way. This is hers. It is Sailor Moon, came in that same, pretty much Right Stuff All. Volume 4 here. And the art in here looks neat. Man, this is crisp. This is clean. I might just try reading this. I haven't seen the anime that much. I've seen a little bit of that. I'm kind of familiar with Sailor Moon from afar, but I've never got down to reading it or enjoying the series as a whole. So let's just get these two out of the way because they are, a staple of mine. They come into all of my hauls. Every time they are released, together I buy them. So I have Berserk here, the deluxe edition, volume 11. Finally, this one too is a journey. It's been a journey. Think about it. First time when I wanted to collect Berserk, I was trying to get the singles, but then somebody told me in the comment section that these were being printed. So I sold my 6th volume and I started waiting monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly. And this is what we have. We are volume 11. Time flies. And, may Mira rest in peace. We gotta give the man his due. This right here is Berserk. Is this Berserk? Blade of the Immortal. This is blasphemy. For me to say Berserk, for me to confuse this with Berserk is blasphemy. But Blade of the Immortal, volume 6. This feels like, I think it's a 4-in-1 because it's, look at this. This can be used as a weapon. That's all I gotta say. So that is, this is volume 6. Oh, actually that's the only dark horse that I have in the collection. So let's go back to Viz, the smaller Viz. My business. Sakamoto Days volume 3, and this right here, by far, this put a smile on my face when I went to the Barnes & Noble and I saw this looking at me. This is just some art. That's how you do covers. Sometimes, the covers speak to us. They speak to our soul. And then these 3 right here, 27, 28, 29 of the My Hero Academia, came in with the Right Stuff All for my niece again. So there's a few more of her stuff. But this is 27. Funny thing is, I think my niece has better taste than me when it comes to collecting. As we can, this is not even the point that's gonna prove it. The next manga that when I get to it is gonna prove the full point. Let's speak the truth. I'm finally here. You know what I mean? Kakaishi for me is a series that because I just loved it when I was watching the anime. For some reason, I had to find out the ending, and the anime didn't end it. This series is like, I've seen it I think a few times for the anime. I rewatched it a few times, even though it's 360 megapixels back then. It's not as crisp. It's not in Ultra HD. I mean, I would love it for them if they redid it. But I found these 3 from Right Stuff, so it's 29, 20, 29, 34, 35. I think I only have 2 more volumes left to complete the whole series. So 35 is the last volume. I think I'm missing 30 and 31. That's what I'm missing. So this is 29. Looks dope. 20, 34, and 35. Kekkai. It deals with barriers and Ayakashi and stuff like that. So with this one too, 1 down, more Ayakashi stuff to go. And this is kind of like the stuff that I bought from secondhand. With secondhand, you don't know what you're gonna get. Some of these stuff look just this. It's in comparison to that, this looks depressing actually. So this is 22. This is 21. I don't know why I have it out of order. 33. Yeah, it's 25. Please excuse. Like I said, I've been hunting this. I've been hunting this for the past since I've been collecting. Pretty much. This is one of the series that had to have, it was a must. It had to be a staple of my collection. I think it's part of, it speaks, is a care. If our shelves, what we have on our shelf defines who we are, this has to be on there. So I just love the characters. I like Yukine and I like Yoshimura, and I kind of like the concept itself. And shonen, shonen is not really something like out of this world. I have nostalgia bias is involved, but I like the characters. I kind of like the character for his whimsical nature, for the fact that he's not like Naruto or he's not like he's not like all these other characters, even from Black Clover. Well, what does he want to become? The Demon King or something? What does Naruto want to become? The Hokage? What does every protagonist wants to be the best, the greatest, this. Whereas Yoshimura he just wants to enjoy his livelihood, his childhood. He wants to bake cookies or bake pastry for his, because he wants to make the best cake. Well, there is a little concept of him. There is competitiveness in it, but it's not because he doesn't want to become the best yokai, kekai, even though he's the one that actually inherited in the families. There is an inheritance involved. For him, he inherits the duty of guarding, kind of like the school, because they have to guard the school every night. So he inherited the sign, the family crest. Whereas his older brother didn't, and there's a little bit of rivalry going on. Whereas the younger brother doesn't even. I don't know if he has the powers, but I kind of like the family dynamic. This one ends like series like Soul Eater. I'm kind of rambling, even though I'm supposed to be doing a manga haul. Let's move on. Let us move on to Korean manga before we dive into other stuff. So Korean manhwa this month came in strong with this is a new find. This is geniusness. This is the beginning after the end. I already mentioned this in my. I actually did a review for it, an impression for it. I also talked about it in my reading logs. So I've mentioned it. So click on it if you want to know more about this. But just suffice to say, when I got this, and I finished the first 8 chapters, I had to know. So I went onto the internet, went onto those websites, the darkness. I went back into the dark internet and finished the whole thing. I think there's this is eight chapters. I think it's 150 chapters at the moment. That's been by Turtle, me, and Fukia123. The duo, which is adapted from the story, the light novel written by Turtle Me, and I'm already caught up. And I'm like, why? I think in a span of 2 days, I pretty much caught up. In a span, and I pretty much benched it. So now I'm like, ugh, I gotta wait, like everybody else. I don't do weekly, I just wait. So Turtle Me took me by storm. And The Breaker is another one that just halted my life. Came in, said, yo, what you gonna do, bro? What is it gonna be, huh? Yeah, I finished this in one sitting. I actually liked it. I like the main protagonist, the student who's getting bullied. And it's not something new, okay? But it's the execution. I always say that. It's the execution. Yeah, in the world. Fantasy doesn't have to be, the person doesn't have to be whisked to another world for it to be a fantasy. It doesn't have to be an isekai. This is good in our world fantasy. It's another world. It's martial art. And it's also choreography and the fighting style that I appreciate in this. So there are mysteries. And the characters, especially the teacher and even though I forget their names. Timid high school student. Yeah, Siwoo Moon and Chon Ho Wan. I can't pronounce all their names. But volume 1 is there, and then volume 2 kind of introduces him. Something happens, and he's into this world, this like gangster world, this world that has to do with chi and power and a little bit of But Naruto Chanwoo has gone missing. Following Chanwoo is and I just liked the way the characters interact with it, especially the girl. What's her name? Si Hu Lee. Yeah, the lady, the nurse. She's kind of a mystery for me, and I think they're working together. And I kind of like the little shenanigans that's going on. Once I read that, I ordered this, volume 3. And I think I'm caught up. Pretty much this is what's out at the moment. And these are omnibuses. So 2 volumes in ones. So it brings us to about 6 volumes. And I really enjoyed reading this. And I'm actually about to do an impression or a review for that as soon as I'm, done recording this video at some point. So now let us move on, and that is pretty much for my line. Down the rabbit hole for webtoons. So webtoons are killing it, and I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. Once I go down that rabbit hole, it's gonna be crazy. I'm already infatuated with light novels. I'm infatuated with fantasy. I am reading manga behind me. What are we gonna do? Okay, and we have to work. We have to do adulting. There's so much out there for us to escape to. Escapism is killing us. Reality cannot compete. And this one right here is speaking of reality. It's volume 2 and 3 of Karate Survivor in Another World. And I actually appreciated this isekai because of the choreo. What I mean is how the character fights. Yeah, so it's a character that was in a karate world, kind of like, just to give a little glimpse right there. Man, that looks cool and dope. And so I think this is, I don't know if this is it at the moment. So seven. Funny thing is I don't have that many 7Cs. So this is like one of my first few forte into 7Cs. Okay, this one proves something else actually. This proves that Chinese does have better taste. Right here, 7 deadly sins. Just collecting 7 deadly sins. And when I saw inside the art inside here, these yo, why are we not talking about 7 deadly sins? Man, there is mad art in here. I mean, we read manga for a while. I mean, obviously we want the story. You know, I'll read Urasawa any days. You know, Asano, some characters with the same facial experience. But I'm in here trying to see different art. Okay, like I'm an art fanatic. I always say the art. That's like my criteria when I'm grading these mangas. So, volume 19 here. These three are hers. Okay, moving on. We have Bakemonogatari. Yes, finally. I don't know how many volumes the series at, but eventually, I mean, I was stuck at volume 6 for the longest, so I got 7 and 8. I ordered it. I need to get back into collecting the ongoing series that I'm collecting. There's so many of them, but this right here, it's just, this is how you adapt light novels. I don't think that many light novels adaptations become successful because I don't know. For me, even I thought I was gonna like the light novels. I mean, I kind of tried reading the light novels, but I think the anime is pretty much my forte. That's how I want to enjoy this series. But this also is another format that is another adaptation it's not disappointing. So let us move along. So I have this is today's menu for the Emiya family. I got this. I saw this at my local bookseller that I usually go to check out some manga. I kind of liked it. It was $9. I mean, it was half off. I think. I don't know what the original price is. What is the original? Let's check. Let's find out. Originally, it's supposed to be $12, so I got it for about $9, which is not bad. But you know, the Fate storyline for me, the first one, the Fate Stay Night. I didn't finish the whole thing. I read. I mean, I liked the concept, and I kind of liked the way it is. And then I watched the movie before the Ultimate Blade Works, the series came out. The movie that got me hooked, and that was a better storyline for me. And then the anime, the unlimited stream, what is it, Unlimited Breakworks came out, and that was it. I haven't seen the third route with kind of like the 3 movies. I haven't seen that one. I'm savoring it for a rainy day. But so that's it. I mean, I like these characters. I like Saber. I like what's the other girl's name? Shiro and all the characters are in here. I don't know where the characters' names are at. So yeah, it's just a one and done. It's comfy. It's about food. So I have a few other food palate cleansers. Something like this. This one and girls camping and some nice series. Cute series that I enjoyed. Now to prove the point even further, this will definitely prove the point that she has better taste than me. My thing has better taste than me. Look at that. So 14 and 15. Another one that I was about to unhaul and she saved. She did the right thing. And the art in here, it's like I said. I'm gonna repeat those words. The art in here, yes, it's unique. It is eye-catching and it's eye candy for us. Okay, it's like if we're talking about anime and we always talk about Sugure or something like that. This is it. This does it. We always buy manga, but we're gonna make mistakes at some point. At some point, you're gonna buy things that you really don't need to buy, and this happened to me. I'm not even gonna lie. I got this thinking that it was the beginning, the first series, because I wanted to get the first series. So this is kind of like a sequel. So mistake number 1. These ones, first of all, I went on a manga, not story time, not buying manga strike, kind of like a hunger strike for me. So I stopped buying manga for a while, for a long time. I starved myself of the pleasure of going out there and purchasing manga. And this is what happens because at some point I gave in, you know what I mean? I relapsed into the addiction. And relapsing into the addiction made me realize that this is what happens. I have to just be okay with the fact that I'm addicted. I'm an addict when it comes to manga collecting and buying. I have to go buy manga. But now I got this series. I don't know why I got it because this was it. This was there. It was actually in a case. It was like $6, so it was half off. But Heavenly Design Team, Volume 2, Volume 3. And it was the colors. And the concept is of that the Lord of High, God himself, the designer of the world, has outsourced creation to a team. Concepts, whether it's sharks, whether so the concept is cool. It's funny. Okay. It's intriguing. But I think it could have been a mistake because I don't know if I'm gonna like this. It's too wordy, it's too much. It's a slice of lifey. So I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but I will give it a try at the very least. But this is a series that I'm fond of. This was actually the series that I was looking forward to when I did the Right Stuff haul. When I did the purchase on Right Stuff. This right here was my greatest anticipation. And actually the moment it came, I started reading it. So even though it's part 3 and part 3 volume 3, because Ascendance of a Bookworm is divided into parts. This is kind of like the 9th volume. No, this is the 10th volume. So in continuation of this light novel, I'm almost done with the 10th volume, and I just want to finish this part because I think this is gonna resolve a few things for our character. Now, so let me just show it off because this video has been long enough. So this is part 3, volume 3, part 3, volume 4, and part 3, volume 5. And hopefully, I think this is gonna be the end to part 3. Then I'm definitely gonna order. I'm probably gonna read this in like a week. I just like that. That's what I've been reading. So probably gonna I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna kill this before it's. So, but if you're here this far, you might as well listen. But otherwise, thanks for watching this far. Please leave a like, comment. Let me know what you guys think about some of this stuff. I've been rambling. It's kind of like an unusually long manga haul for me. But Ascendance of a Bookworm is great. For me, or kind of like because I have a book collecting habit, it hits all of the right modes and all of the right spots for me. So this is how you do isekai. And mine being reincarnated in another world, we already have a host of those things, right? This is kind of like one of the beginnings, but she's not so overpowered. Even though, yeah, there are some DX number moments where she knows the invention for a certain thing, but she struggles. Her body, first of all, in the beginning, is failing her, so she's not equipped to do anything by herself. She needs help. She needs support from the characters of that world that she came into. Lutz is one of her best supporter. Benzo, the Merchant Guild. You have the monastery, Ferdinand, her family, her new family. They pretty much carry her in her endeavor, and she wants to create books or create a library where in a world where only the nobles are the ones that read books, and the books are pretty much only for nobles. There are no literacy at all, and she wants to change that. And I'm already at volume 10 in that progress, and she has come far in that, and it's pretty much really progressive in that it takes its time building the world, building mine as a character, and also adjusting her and the mind that was reincarnated versus this mind right here, who's a few years, still her. She's suffering from something that the reason why she looks like this. I wanted this to be concluded, and I like the writing. It takes its time. It doesn't take itself too serious. Even the conflicts are not that dramatic. There is a little bit of innocence to it. It shies away, or it kind of runs away from death and blood and kind of like a lot of the issues of this world. But can mine really just come and save the world? No. So it's somewhat refreshing for me. I mean, you know what? The fact that I'm talking this much means I should probably do a review. So as to why you should read mine, look for that video. But anyhow, that is the manga haul for this month, or for August, a little bit of August and September. With that, I'm out of here.